Let's get back to working on our last Christmas journal. So what I want to do first is to glue down the spine. What I'm going to use is just some Elmer's glue, and I'm going to just run it down the spine. Now I know the spine part on the fabric itself is bigger than it needs to be. So that's why I'm only going to do this part first, because I may have to trim it down. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to trim it down. So I want a fair amount here. I think that's good. And then I'm going to take this little silicone spreader and spread the glue down the spine. And because the fabric is so thick with the interfacing and also the backing fabric and the stitching itself, I don't think I have to worry about it seeping through. Let's hope not. So I'm going to align this here. And just bring it up a little bit. I think that's pretty good right there. Oh, see, I've got a little bit here that I see of that tape, so I don't want that to show, and it goes all the way there. I think that's good, and I'm just going to press that down. And then I will glue the other parts once I trim this down. Now, if you can see here, when I turn it over, do you see how this might impede? I don't know, maybe it won't impede it. Maybe I can just glue this like this. Maybe I don't have to cut it down. I will be lining the inside here with either some fabric or some paper. What do you guys think? Do I need to cut that? I don't think I do. I think I'm going to be okay like that. So let's just go ahead and let's do this part of the. So I need to go about there. And what I'm going to do is fast forward this part, because you guys don't need to see me glue this down. I'm going to come in here so it's in between there. And then here I need to go to about there. And then here, I may have to come in a little bit, so afterwards. I just take my bone folder through here and make sure it's kind of creased down in there. I've decided to do something a little bit different than I normally do. Normally, I will take a template and then I will put fabric over the top of it and have it as a fabric spine on the inside. But instead, I took this red paper and I measured it to where this fold here is right in that crease and this fold is right about there in that crease. And then I have 4 signatures. So then I measured it out using my scoreboard to fold my lines. And then you guys have seen me use this tool before. I absolutely love it. It is so worth the money. I ordered it from a shop in New York. It's like a professional bookbinding shop. But all I had to do for the holes is I creased my paper, laid it down into the groove there, butted it up against the top there, and then I laid this in here. And then I took my awl and I punched out my 5 holes. And I did that on each of the creases where there's going to be a signature. And then the nice thing is this, you can do the same thing for your pages. You just clip them together. You bring in the same thing to hold your signatures down, and I butt them right up against the edge there. I lay this in, I hold it tight, and then I punch my 5 holes. So I think, I can't remember how much this was. I will look it up and I will type it in. It was over $100. However, I use this for every journal, and so it's well worth it. This is the brand right here. It's made in Holland. So anyway, that's what I'm doing with the signatures. So I did a little research, and the company that I bought my book cradle from no longer has it listed on their website, but I found this book cradle on Amazon and it looks very similar. I will make sure and link it in the description box if you're interested in one like I have. What I liked about this one was the cost. The one that is made out of rubber wood was $30 and the one made out of bamboo was $25, and the length was 13.8 inches. So that was good, and it had a total of 34 holes. Now you guys have seen me do the 5-hole pamphlet stitch. If I have a big journal like this, I like doing the 5-hole pamphlet stitch as opposed to the 3-hole, just because I feel it stabilizes my pages more. And I'll show you after I'm done sewing everything in. There is some smaller, like an envelope pocket in one, and so by having the 5 holes, then at least 2 holes are going to catch that. So I've already done videos. You can look up videos on doing the 5-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm going to go ahead and sew these onto this template. And you guys saw also in a recent video where I purchased some more waxed thread, and I think I'm going to use this really nice dark red or dark green thread, since the background here is red. So green thread, red background. I'll be back with you guys. So my signatures are all sewn in, And this is where I was telling you that is the reason I like a 5-hole pamphlet stitch is I have this little envelope here and it caught it in 2 different places. If I had had the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, it may not have done it. It may not have caught it. Now, I have a little issue here. Remember, I did not glue this down first, but I have a solution. There is always a solution. So I cut this down ever so slightly, and I'm just going to fold over that one small bit there and glue that down. Let me grab my Fabri-Tac glue, and then on that side it will be solved. And let's see, I'm wondering if I should, I'm thinking about cutting this. I think I'm going to, because you guys can see this is right where that bend is. If I cut it, it will probably close better. So I'm just going to trim that off there, and then the same here right there. That's right where the bend is. I might have better luck if I had my fabric scissors, but oh well. These eventually will get it. And so this may stick up just a little bit, but I still think it's going to be okay. So yeah, I just cut that fabric off, and I'm going to just glue this, put some glue there, and then I got to come in here and put a little bit, because I could have taken a needle and thread and sewed that, but I didn't. And then I'm going to just take some small little clips. Yeah, I had to look to make sure I pressed the record button. I'm just going to take some small clips and turn that over and hold that in place while it dries. And then I will show you the other side and how we're going to solve that problem. Because, come on, now you have to be careful because there's wet glue there and these clips sometimes will stick. So we're just going to leave that like that. Now I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to show you the top part and what that looks like. So the problem is when I stitched the pages in, they're right up to the front, right up to the top. Now when I close the book, they're flat here, so that's not a problem, but I can't have anything. I suppose I could fold it over, but instead I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I have some trim here that I've cut to the length of the spine of the book. But if you look real close, even if I glue it there, there's still a little bit of that color showing. And so what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of this metallic paint. It's called Splendid Gold. And I'm going to paint the inside of that cardboard with a little bit of gold to help camouflage that, if by chance part of that trim doesn't cover the whole cardboard. So we're just going to go in a little bit and fix that. Oh, and by the way, I am much better today. Every day is even better than the day before. I know I still sound a little froggy, but I'm definitely not coughing as much and I'm breathing so much better. Okay, so now that that is painted, I'm going to just leave that and let it sit and dry. And then I will glue this piece of gold onto the top there. And that will remedy that problem. So now that part has glued down. Remember, I just flipped that over and put some clips there. And then this side, remember, I painted it and then I just added a little bit of gold trim there. And I think that came out good. I like that. So I think the front needs a little bit more. And I had this fabric. It was completely white. I always keep a jar of coffee in my refrigerator. I just dumped this in, wadded it up, squeezed out a lot of the coffee, and threw it in my oven for a few minutes. But I think what I want to do is kind of bunch it up over in this corner just to add a little bit there. I don't know, do I don't know. I do like it though. I wish I had not glued that so far down. I might be able to scrunch it up and do a little bit of stitching there and see if I can get that underneath there. I don't know if it's going to look good or if I just should do it over the top and glue it. I don't know. I'm going to vacillate on that, but let's go to the inside cover. And what I've decided to do for the inside cover is cover it with this paper. This paper, I believe I had gotten from a big ledger I had bought. And so let's put this down. I've cut it to the size it needs to be. I don't know if I wanted that, University of Maryland. If it was something cool, not saying that the University of Maryland is not cool, but, you know, if it was written in a foreign language or it had a cool date on it, then definitely I would have kept that. But I'm just going to put this paper. It's been flying around on my shelf or my desk for so long that I'm thinking I just need to use it. And I like the green color. Okay, let's go right to the edges. There we go. And I cut it to where all of that kind of ecru or beige color would be covered up. And then the other thing, this was from Tracy Fox's kit. And it was supposed to be like the front of the journal, but I was thinking about making it into like a little pocket here and adding something there. I don't know, it almost seems like it's not wide enough. It's all kind of bent up. I crinkled it there. I added some of my Copic marker to color it. Maybe off to the side there. And let me grab a few things and then I will come back and we'll see what else we want to do with this piece. So I did turn this into a pocket and I've got this little tag here that I think I'm going to ink up just ever so slightly. And I'm going to slip that in that pocket. It's got, these are in my Etsy store, these letters. And then I think that's from Rachel's kit, some of the Tim Holtz fabric. I have some German script there. This was from a masterboard. So I think this fits in there nicely. And then over here in this pocket, this was a botanical book that I bought when I was in France. And I've just coffee stained it a little bit. I love that it has everything written in French there. And it's looks like a poinsettia plant, but I've just added a little piece of paper onto the back of it so it can be a journaling card. And I'm going to slip it in there. And then I wanted to show you what I did to the back. Again, I used part of Tracy's book, and I have glued that on there. I did keep this the way it was original because I like this coloring through here. And this is my letter from the journal maker that I'm going to slip in there. I think I told you I was lucky enough to find a wax seal with the letter J and H on it. And I think this Cherished Memories, it may be from Medieval Mirage, her Jane Austen kit. So we've got that in there. I'm just going to add a couple of things here. Here's an idea. I think this was from Sharon Hearth. She took an old envelope that was, you know, empty, and I made this little tag, and I just slipped it in here, and it will be tucked in here in this little top loading pocket. I do want to tell you about these pretty little labels. That's from my friend Jessie over at Studio 717. And then you guys, you remember me making this page, and I use glossy accents there. Now this journal still needs a lot of work, but I thought this would be pretty here. Was it there? Or was it here? Oh, it's pretty there, that's for sure. I think, I don't know. I think the only thing is this is good writing space, so I hate to use it up. But I think that's what I was going to do there. Let's just go ahead and do that. It is a corner tuck and a wrap around. So I'm just going to take some glue and put some here on the top. This is art glitter glue, which is pretty fast attachment. And I'm just going to run just a tiny bit down here. Yeah, that does decorate that page. And then when that dries, I will slip that card in there. But then over on this page, then this flips out. And then you've got a journaling card in there. You saw me on yesterday's video do that. Now, I go through my journals multiple times to put things in them. Like, for instance, this page needs something. I added this little flip out here. This is from Rachel's fabric. This was just Joanne's fabric. That's from Rachel. And it's just a wraparound little pull out. I will be doing a full flip through of this journal, probably maybe even Christmas Day. Let's see, that's a nice writing page there, but I thought I would put this here. It does have a little divot there. Let's just go ahead and run some glue here on both the top and bottom. And then that's going to be just a little side tuck. And it strengthens this paper too. So I'm just butting it right up against that paper there. This is from an 1800s French cookbook. Okay, so then that strengthens that there. And this was from a beeswax card, and then I just put another blank piece of paper to journal on there because the beeswax kind of seeped through. So I will tuck that in there. Nice journaling spot there. Oh, I need to put something there, but I will look for that in a little bit. Now here, I thought on this page, again, I needed to strengthen it. You can see it is quite fragile, and I thought I would put this vellum piece on there, and I'm going to use my Beacon 3-in-1 glue for that. And it wraps around. And it will make this paper stronger, and then I'll slip something in there. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to run some glue on the bottom here. Sorry if I was not in frame, just the bottom here and up the top on this side here, and then some down. Whoops, I may have gone over, but then I'm going to flip that over, and that's going to adhere there, and then I'm going to turn it over here and do the same thing on this side. So again, some glue down the side here, and then this is going to be a nice pocket here. And like I said, it really strengthens this page, which is quite fragile. I think it's from Notre Dame de Paris, and I bought that in France this year, this book. So we'll just put that there, let that dry, and we'll slip something in those pockets in a little bit. Actually, I think I had grabbed this to slip in. This is from one of Rachel's kits, I believe. It's got some Italian book page there, a little bit of washi there, some lace up at the top, and then some of Rachel's straw paper there. So yeah, I had slipped that there. Let's see what else we have going on. Oh, and I thought about this here as a little pocket. So let's just slip that there. I made it out of Italian book page. And I like the colors. And since this green paper, basically it would be very difficult for you to journal on it, that's why I like putting pockets on there. And then I have this little thing that I made. This is some of Rachel's fabric. I think one of her tags too. One of my Italian ledger pages that I have in my shop. And I thought I would slip that in there once that dries. Let's see what else we have going on. You saw me do this page with this puffy snow stuff. Oh, this is going to be a side tuck. And I will have to make something to slip in there, but I thought I would add this here. And then I will add some kind of a pocket. Excuse me, this is a pocket. Journaling card or tag to pull out of there. So that's going to go right there. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? You saw me do this. This was using the non-traditional Christmas kit from Medieval Mirage. There's a nice little tag in there, and then it's a pocket with a window there. I thought I would put this in the pocket there. Let me just ink around it a tiny bit. I may add more stuff to it. I definitely need to decorate the front of that paper bag. It's a paper bag that was just sewed in between the signatures, but I love that little Santa there. So we're just going to slip this page in here for now. Okay. Oh, and then I made this little journaling card here. It's got some German script there. I can't even remember where I got that. This is some Stampin' Up! Paper, an authentic U.S. postage stamp, but I'm going to just slip that in here. You guys saw me do that, and of course I will be putting some kind of a dangle or something on these threads. This is from Tracy Fox's kit, and I thought that would go good in over here. Again, just another little journaling spot. I don't have anything for this bag here. This is an envelope that I decorated the inside, but I'll have to put something in there. This is from Medieval Mirage, and I just put one of Tracy Fox's little cards in there. I backed it with some straw paper, and I also put on a little stamp up at the top up here. That's from Rachel. You saw me do that in yesterday's video. Oh, I wanted to show you this. So this was additional, an additional idea. When I did the non-traditional digital kit from Medieval Mirage, this is this paper. And this lady here did not scream Christmas to me, nor the mushrooms. So this is what I did. I folded it in half to put in this signature here, and I took some German book page here, and I cut it or tore it so it would cover the lady, but you can still see the castle. And then I believe this is from Rachel from Roxy Creations. Then I just glued that on there, and it looks like these two kids are sledding here in this castle area. So I thought that came out quite nicely. And when I get to it, I'll show you what I did with the other page, if I did anything. I'm not sure if I did. Now this I thought would go here. This is from Studio 717. Again, I think it's her snowflake kit. And I thought I would just add that there, and it would be a nice pocket to tuck something in. So we're just going to add glue down the bottom here, or the side. You guys know I have so much trouble finding my words. I may have mentioned this before, but I may, even though I'm 70, which is, you know, we're getting up there, I may be getting a little senile or dementia. I don't know what I'm getting, but it seems like my memory is going, and I'm finding it more and more difficult to find words. And oh, c'est la vie, that's part of life, isn't it? That's part of our mortal existence here on earth, is challenges, and we're all going to go at some point. So you just never know what's going to take you. Don't mean to sound depressed. Well, I'm not depressed. It's, you know, I'll get to see my mom and dad again. So anyway, so that's a nice little pocket there. Let's see, what else did I do? Anything else that I could do? Oh, I made another yo-yo here. This was the Tim Holtz fabric, and I just put that as a little tab there. And I think that's it. Let's call this a video, and I will continue working on this, probably off camera. Oh, I didn't show you what the other side looked like. Did I get to that? I will probably work on this off camera and then do a flip through. I'm curious. I don't think I did anything on that side. You guys are like, okay, here, sister. Quit flipping and flopping through the journal. I'll find it at some point. Okay, there it is there. So the other side is this. This is the back page. And I thought this was okay, even though I really don't see, quote, Christmas. We've got some red and greens there. This was the original. And I think it's okay, so I'm going to leave it like that. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me today on this Monday journal making session. And I will see you guys when I do the final flip through. We have Christmas coming up this week, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video then, but it's coming together, this baby. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye.